ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
You've clicked on the Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, June the 7th. I'm ABC 3340 meteorologist Brian Peters with you. And let's get right to the weather and some sky cams. We can see a few clouds as we look to the south over Clanton. And no clouds really visible this morning, but Lake Katoma looking nearly full, and that's always a nice sign. And then here's one of my favorite shots, looking down from Mount Cheaha down the Appalachians. It's kind of a south-southwesterly shot, and we can see a few higher clouds left over from the debris of thunderstorms across South Alabama yesterday. High pressure at the surface, centered over the southwest Atlantic, is nosing its way across the southeast. You combine that with an upper ridge centered over the North Carolina, South Carolina area, and boom, you have a rather tranquil weather pattern, dry, hot, and it looks like not much is going to change, although we are seeing some signs that this may break down temporarily and build back. So while there's kind of a change in the middle, it doesn't last very long. Heat goes all the way into southeastern Canada. Look at those 60s and 70s all the way up there into parts of Ontario. And then across central Alabama, we're generally in the mid-70s at this hour. So we're seeing the morning lows just kind of inch up just a little bit. And how dry is it? This is a shot of the water vapor imagery, and all the orange indicates a lack of water vapor in the atmosphere. So you can see that it is indeed quite dry. That translates to a 5-day prediction for QPF that's pretty minimal for Alabama, especially for central Alabama. And, of course, this is not coming in an organized fashion. This will just be with the possibility of the scattered afternoon showers, and I think that's more likely coming after Monday. The tropics are pretty quiet as we look at this view all the way from Africa to the Gulf. But right there in the Windward Islands, the Leeward Islands, there's a little cloud mass, and that is being watched, but there's no signs of any development, and upper-level winds just are not favorable for it. Storm Prediction Center is out looking at an area in the north-central plains from eastern Nebraska all the way over into the Great Lakes for severe weather today. That area changes just a little, stretching from all the way down in the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles all the way up to the Great Lakes. And then it shrinks just a little bit as we get into day 3. And then day 5, it migrates back over into the north-central plains again. And those folks certainly are being pounded with all of this severe weather. All right, here's the 06Z GFS model run-in. This is the 500 millibar map for tomorrow. And you can see the ridge, and it's still in place. The trough over the northern Rockies is kind of butting heads with it, and that translates with a surface high over the southwest Atlantic. That translates to dry. Now, we could see an isolated shower, and I think the possibility of showers today and tomorrow across South Florida and northwest, not South Florida, South Alabama and northwest Florida is a real possibility. Now, by Monday, the GFS, which doesn't agree with European and the NAM, but the GFS is suggesting that the trough will butt heads enough to migrate the ridge a little further to the east. That trough then moves across the Great Lakes region on Tuesday, and when that happens, we'll see a front coming down through the Ohio River Valley. Now, will it get here? Well, it could, but the ridge begins to build back on Wednesday, so I think the organized front will certainly not get here, and with the ridge building back, I think the front will just wash out. The front establishes itself once again, stronger, along with another strong trough over the Rockies, and that's just going to keep this pattern off to the north and northwest of Alabama. And once again, the GFS indicating the possibility of scattered air mass showers. Now, on Friday, the ridge is migrating eastward, and kind of a repeat of this whole scenario, and the trough is coming in and digging into it, And the trough really digs into this one. This is Saturday the 14th, and when that happens, we see a front coming through the central Mississippi River Valley, the Mid-South area around Memphis, and according to the GFS, that trough's going to have enough strength to bull its way into the ridge and move the front into our area, creating a rather stormy day, it looks like, for Sunday. We'll have to see how that pans out because we're getting on the edge of voodoo. And speaking of voodoo, the GFS is back to its old tricks. The ridge, according to the GFS, by the 19th, migrates westward and establishes itself more over the eastern edge of the Rockies. And there's a little weakness represented by that little vorticity center, that little X there, that you see over about Columbus, Georgia. That translates to the possibility of some showers. And look at that. We've got a surface low over Yucatan and the Bay of Campeche. Trying to think of what it is. And then that weakness continues across the southeast. At the end of the period, this is Sunday the 22nd, and that translates to more showers, and it got a little surface low in there. Now, it certainly isn't forecasting any kind of tropical system. Well, that will do it for this edition of the Weather Extreme video. We appreciate you tuning in. I should have the next one posted here by around 7:30 tomorrow morning. Have a great weekend, and God bless.